I feel like she's in a weird spot. I can understand that she can really snowball and pop off, but I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the game for her to do that. She has to try and deal with a Tinker. Spirit Breaker's going to be charging in her face. She's going to get lassoed by a Bat Rider. Like, all it takes is Wind Ranger to kind of just wind run around you and you feel bad. So both these drafts, I have some question marks because they didn't get an empower target, which I thought was kind of weird from iG.V. And also from TD, they just whip out whatever they've got. Like, they just picked heroes, I think.
Just all random draft and put some heroes together and potentially give over first blood as well as TZY levels up the skills to help secure the kill. Well, KK wants to walk up. They might get a return kill on TZY, but choose otherwise a little bit hesitant about still going to all the members of iG.Vitality. So first blood even tips Renfu as well because he gave first blood over his mid lane opposition. So this is bottle now completed for Butterfly Effect. Very cool.
A little unfortunate that it was Butterfly Effect that got first blood, but I mean, Tinker is Tinker. At the end of the day, he kind of just has to hit one or two items and he's going to be very, very scary. Blink as well as Soul Ring is such a dirty timing to be playing up against, especially for these heroes that just have no good way of catching him, like ever. So it's going to be a hard game for iG.V to be able to hold down the fort. And I mean, even late game, I'm not I guess you're playing into a Magnus. There's not really that crazy amount of team fight coming in from TD like they had in game number 1. I was going to say, maybe even going later, you might be a little remiss for iG.V to not even win out that, going into like Tinker plus Troll, who can be very scary, and they've got a lot of items under their belts.
And I do want to speak a little bit about the Troll. I think it's a shame because he's queued up an item, and I was going to mention, you know, maybe he gets super creative and goes for something like a Scepter this game, because to purge off the Empower and to get rid of the Frost Shield. I mean, Taser as well. We spoke about how much of an issue that is for the Troll Warlord, so the fact he can purge it, I thought, you know, maybe there could be a world where he considers the Scepter. Regardless, I think if he doesn't go that route, like Nullify needs to be somewhere in your item build just because of exactly the things that was just mentioned. So if it goes Battle Fury, which is what he has queued up, I mean, Nullify is probably going to be like 4th item of choice for him. So we'll see if he's able to get there. But he's into a very strong laning support in Hara.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big issues that I have with Troll is obviously his whirling axes and his landing stage is very, very good, but you're playing it at Techies, man. Like, Techies is just dominating so many of these other carries, and Troll can really be put out because he's not able to kind of just trade his whirling axes with the Techies, who's just permanently spamming sticky bombs on you. So it's going to be a hard lane here for Lon Fer to be able to come out on top. But we saw, you know, he had a hard lane game number 1, was still able to fall back and farm back up. So if he goes for a Battle Fury this time around, he's going to have a lot of farm. But it's about whether or not that farm is going to translate into a game win. So we'll have to wait and see, because TD, they also have a few other things that need to kind of go their way. This Bat Rider support needs to start to work out, and maybe it does now. It does. Blood Grenade gets that kill, and Renfu now, if he's able to kind of just turn into a normal Bat Rider, they should be pretty okay with not having their Troll Warlord for the majority of this game, I think.
Oh, they weren't mind at all. And Zero still very, very strong as a laner. Was limited, of course, with the recent patch, but no concerns for round 50 out to start this game. Meanwhile, in our other side lane, it should be a free farm lane for Ukyo. I'm not really expecting the Morphling to be pressured too much.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't just get like random triple bashed and stuff like that, or maybe even some movement from some of his other teammates or his enemies. So yeah, he should be fine. Ponyo's just gonna be a lich and sit back, and he's just going to pull whenever he needs to. They can put pressure on the Wind Ranger with some of the spells they have, but outside of that, the only way that I see Yukio dying is if he makes a big mistake.
Yeah, maybe they continue to drop like Observe Wards right in front of the tower to potentially snipe him. So
True.
We'll see what the choice is going to be. That is definitely something that is a possibility. So he's actually gone 2 points of win run, so maybe never mind. It was now with kind of your damage issues and splitting the experience, you might not be able to max out Power Shot at such an early stage to have that as a potential. So Bottom lane, Hara, I was going to say, might be in some danger. Ranfu was just a little bit too far away to connect with the Whirling Axes. Meanwhile, top though, Aaron's also getting pushed away.
Yeah, Aaron can start making his way towards the middle lane here and can always put pressure on the laner, so you have to be careful if you are Butterfly Effect. He was doing a really good job in this lane, 18-5 against the 15-3. Usually see Tinkers dominate this these kind of matchups just because they have laser, but with the way the Butterfly Effect's been playing, nice little LSA as well to be able to save his life. So he's doing a really good job into the Tinker, and I think Lena is obviously one of those laners that has always been good no matter what matchup she kind of gets given. So maybe this might be the Tinker answer. You haven't caught the Tinker, but in lane you did really well.
You have now. Bash though, they're able to get the water rune. Renfu's even going to rotate in as well. I don't think there's any kill. Oh, that's a spiteful blood grenade. Right.
It felt like a bit of a waste. It was just like, here, take my blood grenade. I'm going to go buy another one anyways. So, does blood grenade get rid of infused raindrops? Does it proc a charge?
It shouldn't proc, no.
Yeah, not enough damage.
Oh, actually,
Isn't the minimum damage
impact?
very
No, it's
low?
50. Okay.
Oh yeah, 75 damage.
I thought the impact was 75 on blood grenade, but thank God it is not. This item is still incredibly dumb.
Nah, my blood grenade enjoyer. Lonfer in trouble.
Look at a
He's mega
rebuttal, but Unfair does still go down though nonetheless, so they're able to strike back down bottom for iG.Vitality.
Yeah, again, another good start in their lanes. They're able to put Yukio in a good position with his Morphling. He's 31 and 10. TZY has another good lane. This time around, he doesn't have LC syndrome to deal with.
Syndrome, small KK. Nice blast off over the other stairs. Hara is able to close the distance with ease, and iG.Vitality. It was, oh man, he almost takes out to the Firefly. Gotta be cautious about that one. We'll be okay though. Has the bounty rune and the potential power rune as well. That's going to be up in a couple of seconds for him to regen up. Meanwhile, Ukyo is left alone, but Strength Morph, and he is also chilling. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. I watched it prime time. I watched it prime time. You know, I was just going to say as well, like, he's going to be cautious. He might get power shot. Meanwhile, inside the river, Ranfu will also get the kill onto Ponyo. So crazy how my Bat Rider 5 is doing 61 damage for absolutely no reason and was able to get that last little bit of damage to get the kill.
He didn't get the experience though, which is a little sad for Renfu now. But, oh man, Yukio, that's funny. That was funny to watch.
Yeah, that happens. It just happens. That's it. Just plain and simple. Doesn't matter what hero you're on, but there are those Morphling moments where you agi all the way down. You don't read that a neutral right click is flying out, and then yeah, unfortunate mid lane, small KK. They got a DD on Butterfly Effect. Should be able to get Ranfu. Oh, but he actually isn't looking for the finishing kill on Lena. Maybe wanted to escape because he's very cautious on where the Spirit Breaker's going to show up. And now they get the glimpse of Eren charging in from the tier 2 tower. They will know that at least the Lena is okay, but unfortunately their Ponyo Liches are not.
Yeah, I think that was a little overzealous. Maybe if they just got the initial catch onto small KK, that could have been good. They're really trying to put a lot of pressure on this Tinker and shut him down so he doesn't hit those item timings where he can kind of dominate and take over the map. So I like that iG.V have put a little bit more emphasis this time around at shutting down some of the key heroes. But not getting that kill is a little unfortunate for them because Ranfu now can kind of just leave Lonfer bottom. Yeah, he's not going to have the most amazing time, but the fact that you can see that Hara has made his rotation with the techies as well means that the 1v1 with the Troll and the Magnus is just going to go pretty evenly. Mag's got a Vanguard, so he's just chilling. He's going to be building up in towards his Echo Saber and trying to be a scary hero, right-click wise, and try and transition that way. Instead of going to what some of the Magnuses I've been seeing have been going is like going back to like the Aura, Blink Aura build. So TZY still wants to be a damage dealer. Which
I think is kind of viable. I mean, I guess Echo plus Harpoon really gives you a lot of catch potential in the Tinker, which is probably the big reason why he's thinking about it as well. There's meanwhile Ponyo getting dived on the tower. This is a little bit too deep though. They do have small KK nearby, but if they're not quick with the kill, if reinforcements show up as they will now, it's a little bit too late to cancel the TP out from the Tinker, but TZY will find a rebuttal as Aaron is chased down to the bottom of the stairs, so it will be a 2-for-1.
Yeah, not a bad response. They obviously do lose one of their own members with Ponyo going down, but I mean, they're able to at least keep some of their other members alive and turn around and get 2 response kills is big enough for them. Small KK is doing some business here with the smoke and the bouncing laser to take an ancient stack. Okay. Doesn't have enough mana to finish it.
Very awkward. Okay, he can make another trip back. His smoke is about to expire though.
Is he going to get there? I don't think he is. His smoke's going to run out before he gets back there.
It shouldn't matter now that he's done a decent chunk of damage to the stack, yeah. Oh, there you go. Blink completed. So, mass injection of gold into the vein. He's still bottom net worth out of all the cores, though. So, he's still very much struggling. As we see top lane, though, Ukyo. There he is. Shackles just off the mark. They're still going to go for it, though. Low level in the battle trance. Need to get pretty lucky with the roots out of Lonfer. And Ukyo's waveform back. No way, he got a bat. Oh my god, are you serious? Why don't I get that luck when I play?
That was literally the only thing that could have happened for them to secure that kill on a Ukyo, and they get it. So 17% of the time, all the time. It's always exactly what you want if you're a Spirit Breaker. So Eren is in the favor of the Dota gods. Lord Gaben has smiled upon him. They do lose T1 Tower on the bottom side though. But killing the Morphling is exactly what they needed to do here for TD.
Oh,
they might lose some life now though.
So again, there's potential for the battle trance level up. We'll do so now at the last second, but yeah, the life is going to be forfeit regardless. There are way too many heroes surrounding him. As soon as the battle trance expires, a bit of a freebie for iG.Vitality. That's 5 heroes though.
Yeah. It is a big commitment from iG.V, but they get the battle trance out of the troll. They kill him before he gets his battle fury, and all of their heroes survive. So they get themselves probably one of the most valuable caps that they can possibly get right now outside of the Tinker. They want to try and kill Tinker as much as possible, but killing the troll prior to him getting battle fury just means that your mag as well as your Morphling are going to be able to get to their good items. Like Yukio's not going in for any of these other farming items. Like you don't see him get like a Falcon Blade or like an early Dragonlance or something like that. He's just going straight into the raw Lincolns. So his farm's not going to be amazing, but if you delay this battle fury as long as possible, the troll won't be able to fight.
Nice blink. And that was a huge smoke from iG.Vitality. Potentially daytime was a big reason why he was able to get enough vision and blink away. So very close to connecting for Die, but unfortunately not the case.
It would have been nice to get small KK, especially now that he's at the Blink Soul Ring timing. He can be a bit of a menace to play around. They have Lasso, so they want to try and do something with Renfu Dao.
Top lane, they're also setting up onto Aeonid. Chain Frost to start, drag back into the wave. That's a great combo from Ponyo, and they'll be able to get a kill as a result to it. So first death of the game for our off-lane Wind Ranger. Meanwhile, Renfu also steps a little bit too far over the line. They should be able to catch up to him as well as soon as one slow lands. Ooh. Oh.
Hate to see that.
You do. He is mega dead though, nonetheless, even with the 1 charges that he has. So you're able to get a freebie there. What else we got going on across map? Butterfly Fair, your hateful mid laner that you feel like is absolutely garbage is top of the net worth.
It's so depressing when you look across at your mid laner and they've got arcane boots and Yules. And like, that's the build.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. What are you saying?
I understand, but in comparison to some of the items that a lot of these other mid laners like going for early. You know, your Queen of Pains, you've seen like the Aghanims build, your Void Spirits go for like their early Echo Sabers. It just, whenever I see Yules, even though it's like a setup tool, it feels very defensive to me, right? And
it's a good Yules game.
Lina, hey?
It's a good Yules game though, against the Spirit Breaker, against the Troll. It's a lot of value.
Yeah, I do see its value. I don't know. I feel like when you're like 12 minutes into a game like this and he hasn't died just yet, I would have loved to have just seen like him go maybe Kaya or like maybe rush Ags. I don't know. I just don't know what will ever make me feel good about Lina, because her going away from the right click build and going into this magic build, I just haven't seen the value of her just yet.
My friend, there was...
I'm just a big hater.
Apparently, there was a long stage of Dota where Magic Lina was a scary threat.
Very true.
But you feel like this is... we will never go back to that era?
I don't think I'm too opposed to the Magic Lina, but I just feel like in her current state that magic damage only dealing heroes are not that strong unless you're like obscene like Tinker, right? Whereas I feel like a lot of the physical damage is just a lot better in the game because of like Pipe and Guardian Greaves and these tanky heroes where magic damage just doesn't scale enough for me for it to be like, okay, if we go past 35 or 40 minutes, this hero is not going to feel like a dead weight.
Okay. Is that a big concern then? The fact that Radiant, like, you really don't have this quote-unquote normal offlaner as mid lane. Nice gaze back into the LSA. Very cute combo. Is that a concern? Because Radiant, you don't have that offlaner to be able to build the auras.
Yes, I think that could be a pretty big concern. You do have like a Spirit Breaker and a Bat Rider, but you know, Bat wants to try and get towards Blink before he's ever even going to think about building a pipe. Spirit Breaker wants to try and go greedy and go for like a Shadow Blade. So yeah, that is a pretty big concern for me because it's going to be unfettered damage from Butterfly Effect for a long time. And it's not like he's playing into tanks either. Like he's playing into some relatively squishy heroes. So this could be the game that may convert me back over. That so
is
greedy.
A crazy blink in the river.
Yeah.
And now Ukyo as well is going to look to try and get involved finally, even without the Lincolns completed. We'll run to the back line, and Hara says, thank you, brother. What an incredible carry you are, just securing kills for me. Very much appreciated. That's Mechanism now completed, so yeah, very valuable kill for the Techies.
Yeah, Techies is loving life right now, and I think there's a lot of Pause 4 players are loving life that they get to play Techies and not be called a troll, especially when it's the first pick. So this hero is very, very good in the fact that it does all of its damage throughout its kit, and you don't need to build items to enable it to do what it needs to do. So you can kind of build whatever, and Butterfly Effect, you could be in trouble, my son.
He's in a lot of danger. Still has the boys to potentially turn the fight around. Smallkit K's getting a free fight out of the Tinker though. Meanwhile, TZY finds a pretty good angle for the RP that's onto too. Look at the Chain Frost bounce back and forth, and now they've left the Techies as a grand prize on the high ground. And they will be able to claim it once this fight ends, and a little bit too late from Awen to get involved as well. So iG.Vitality, very nicely done.
Yeah, they got absolutely obliterated, and this is why, like, when I looked at this draft, it really did feel like it was kind of them just saying, hey, what does everyone want to pick? And they don't have a good way of starting a fight. They don't have good counter initiation until they get like a Blink Dagger. Oh, Butterfly Effect. Doesn't have Laser Beam. Doesn't matter.
Laser Beam. Aaron. Oh, just off the mark.
Bulldoze too strong.
What?
So
this game looking no bueno. 8,000 net worth lead. Troll has got a Battle Fury now, but like he needs time, Tinker needs time, and then you just have an offlane Wind Ranger.
yeah, it's like, and that's why the offlane Wind Ranger is really starting to stick out like a sore thumb, because as you said, you don't have a traditional offlaner. You don't have somebody who's going to be able to do stuff on the map for you. You can't walk around and get yourself some of these quick pick-offs, because it's a Bat Rider 5 and a Spirit Breaker is a 4. You need a little bit extra something. Maybe this three-man core can do stuff, but they're not going to be able to defend towers all too well because there's no big body for them to be in front. And TZY, as soon as he finds anybody, he's just going to catch him and yoink him back into his team.
He's had a pretty solid game as well from TZY. He had that early death in the lane, but ever since then was able to free farm still into the strong laner of the Troll. So, I mean, that Prees fight in particular was a lot of value out of the RPs. Got in a kill into the Tinker inside the river with that blink reveal. So, I think he's having a good showing so far. He's going to be working on the Harpoon next. And we'll see if this smoke this time connects with the nighttime.
Oh, they're just going to miss him. Oh, the Kobold.
Oh, they'll get Lonfer instead. I mean, that's still mighty valuable of a kill for them. And even a little sprinkle on top of the Batrider's corpse as well.
I thought maybe they were going to have some big brain play with the Kobold being the only one that having its smoke broke, that they were like, oh, there's somebody here, and maybe it might have been the Tinker, but small KK blinks away. Just in time, they get themselves a Troll Warlord, who is on struggle street right now. Only Battle Fury moving towards an Ags. That's not going to help you all too much when you're this far behind. It's a great Ags game, but you're so far behind that there's going to be like 3 or 4 items, I think, that you need to even make this look close.
Has your opinion of Lena changed yet?
No, I think this is all off the back of the Magnus and the techies, but she's doing fine. I'm
fine.
I'm not like, oh, this is a terrible pick. I feel like you could have kind of picked anything in the mid lane for Butterfly Effect and the same thing would have happened. I do like the lane into the Tinker. I will say that. I think that was pretty good from Butterfly Effect.
Damn,
so maybe that might
getting another kill.
Maybe that might be her niche this time around in this meta, is kind of the Tinker lane counter.
Will always be a big fan. Try and shut down the Tinker. Make sure we don't see that hero. I only like watching when Kiyotaka plays it. I don't want this hero to be good. Hubs will get too toxic. No fun.
Yeah, it's just one of those heroes that, I don't know. It just feels like that its kit is just too good when you have it in a free game. Like, you can have free games for certain heroes and they might not just like 1v5, but when a Tinker has like a free game, doesn't lose his lane, doesn't get ganked all too much, has very easy ways of him to maneuver around a team fight, it just feels so oppressive, and it feels like there's not really much that you can do.
Maybe this is an opening. Out he is. RP will be used defensively. It's given enough time for the boys to rotate. Small KK, you've got no vision of the tier 1 tower. You have no idea that Ukyo is ready to protect his Magnus, who might not even go down. You need a lucky bash and he won't even get it. Butterfly Effect, the last man there to be able to protect TZY. 3 kills with ease, and Mag was all a bait.
Yep. Very tanky offlane hero, very hard to get taken down. There was even a defense matrix thrown at him at one point as well there from Yukio, so it is not a good spot to be in. TZY does get assassinated by Aeonid, who was waiting in the trees for that one. Lara's going to disconnect again, so TD get something out of this. I don't know if it's going to matter all too much to them, right? Like, they're 12k behind. Lena's untouched in this game, 905. He's going to have the Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to turn into Superman real soon. He's just building into his Aghanim Shard as well, so he just does so much magic damage that it's going to be too hard for them to even play around with, because the question would be, okay, you're getting the Ags timing. What do the BKBs look like for the side of TD? Literally non-existent. So Tinker doesn't like building BKB. Troll wants to have at least one item that can do some damage for him in a team fight, so that's why he's going for the Ags, but he needs BKB ASAP, and I don't even know if BKB is going to save him in these fights, because then you're going to have no damage. So this game is very, very rough for Team Disillusion, and I mean, it kind of comes back to their draft. Their draft was not the strongest. I don't think it's good in really many ways, especially with the Troll Warlord coming out as the, what was it, like 17? They picked Troll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's just not a place that you ever want to pick Troll Warlord, especially in a meta where there's, I would rattle off 5 carries that are better than him right now. So maybe a bit of an experiment from TD that just didn't really work out. But I don't think this is a series you want to experiment in. Yeah, you won game 1, but you lose this series, you're playing tiebreakers to stay in the tour.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I feel like all 4 heroes could be having a really crap performance on TD, and as long as your Tinker is top net worth, I think you could carry this game. But in fact, he's lower net worth than Hara, and Lich is about to be high net worth. So it's just, this is not going to be a late game Tinker at all. Like, you are going to be able to itemize against him. So he's not even going to get to that stage where you're Kirtaka damage level and just absolutely botting people. I mean, he's even avoided Shivas, so he's gone Kaya. Maybe feels like that's required with the status of this game, but this should just be it'll be a difficult closeout though, because going high gun still is going to be pretty scary from iG.Vitality. So, you know, they're probably, with the remaining duration of this Roshan, going to try and claim all the outer towers. Maybe if they get a skirmish, they can go high ground if they get a couple pickoffs. This could be a potential good way to start as Butterfly Effect off the mark with... What the hell was that damage? What?
Where did Yukio come from? He came from left field and just adaptive strike? Yes, adaptive strike. For some reason, I thought it was adaptive blast, and I was like, I've never heard that in my life. But yeah, Yukio just appeared out of nowhere and obliterated him. They even missed the LSA, but it didn't matter, so... Yeah, it's just, it's very dire straits for them. I think, you know, iG.V just going to dot all their I's, cross all their T's, take all the tier 2 towers, and if they get a pick off on small KK or Lon Fur, that's just going to open the door for them to go up high ground.
Aaron. Yeah, you got to be cautious now. Ooh, Butterfly Effect, he's hungry. Kills. Constant spam of these missiles. TZY might be able to find an opening. Nice charge though from Aaron. Great reactions. What? That was super quick.
I think he precast on him. Yeah.
That would make a lot more sense then.
Because, yeah, that was like basically instantaneous as he blinked in. So Aaron's able to get the turnaround there onto TZY, who was trying to find somebody. And that's what I was saying, right? Like, if there's like 1 or 2 picks that go the way of iG.V, because they've taken all the tier 2 towers, like they can kind of just start knocking on the tier 3s. Well, I mean, that's a pick, so they can just try and start knocking on these tier 3 towers, and maybe they chip one down in the next couple of minutes, because it's going to be a while till Roche comes back up, but they've still got a minute left on the Aegis.
Run, my friend, Ren for Dao. Oh, there's the sun. There's another kill. Let's see if they want to try and consider about going up the high ground now with these pickoffs that they've been able to find. Do you see Aaron across the map doing... I don't know. Being an issue? Being a nuisance? What the... That is... that is, he's being so annoying.
That's so troll.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that is truly troll. Speaking of, oh my lord. Speaking of troll, it's a pretty good shackle. How he's able to pop the Lincolns. Ukyo now, they'll just turn to the Wind Ranger instead. Tries to protect him wherever he can with the defensive matrix, but it will not matter. I mean, Tinker's getting a free fight off, so the damage is slowly starting to stack up. But they are just so far ahead that it does not matter.
Yeah, it's just, you know, yeah, you're getting hit by, what, level 4 heat-seeking missiles, and he's got an E-Blade. That's it. Like, you're not really worried about it. You've got enough HP to be able to work through it. You've got an Aegis as well. Ponyo has a blink. So they almost caught the Tinker. I thought he would have just used him up there and got themselves some free kills, like Butterfly Effect.
Got him.
Yep. See you later.
Got him. Dude, what a leaner performance, am I right, Flu?
Man, I really don't think this was leaner at all. Like, look at the heroes that they picked on the side of TD. Look at the performance that we had from Hara as well as TZY. Yeah, he did well, but he could have played anything else. Literally anything else on board of yours, not the same thing. So.
Oh, pretty good shackle. I won't be able to get the skewer away.
He has big one.
Well, at the last second. Puts him on a high ground where maybe iG.Vitality can think about going, but Haru's not here, so without their numbers, they don't want to throw the lead they've got in.
Yeah, so look, 2 lanes of racks down. What's the win probability looking like here, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's what, 99 to 1. So it's not 100%. It was close, but there is a very small margin for TD to come back into this game, and I think that small margin might just be Tinker, but you get to see how little damage he does, right, in those fights. He got like, what, 7 or 8 casts of the rockets off before he had to go back to base, and barely tickled people because they've got a mech, they've got a pipe, they've got a lot of HP on the heroes, they've got users, all that kind of stuff, so I am not even sure what TD can do to even attempt to try and come back into this game. Maybe they just do what they did again. Hopefully Lonfer buys enough space where the team fight goes like over a minute, and he's able to, you know, pop his battle trance and actually be a hero in these fights. But outside of that, I don't see much happen. Oh, he is a mega dead.
Good knowing you, brother. Good knowing you, Lonfer. Not the game they were hoping for. And now, smoke up from iG.Vitality. They're just going to look to walk it down. Bit of a window with the troll dead. Going to see if they can catch someone else without some reinforcements.
They would love to take down small KK. They're going to try here, but I don't think they're close enough. TZY is definitely in position to be able to catch a Tinker, but does he have the extra damage from his buddies? And they're just going to chip away at these tier 3s, wait until the troll comes back up.
Nice attempt, very close to the shackle. And I'm out of there. So you got the troll ward back alive. Let's see if they're going to be able to mount the defense. 23,000 deficit though. This is not an easy hold at all. TZY, he's going to find an opening as well. Battle Trance gets popped. At least it's something. They're going to be able to kite it with the Yule Scepter.
Nice
it's a good shackles onto the 2, but an even better Chain Frost as well. That is now providing all the damage they need to be able to come out on top.
Frost.
Buybacks will be the really only competitive advantage they have now in this last team fight. Even then, they get a good lasso over to the right side, but there is just 0 damage to also dish out inside some form of control, as it's an ultra kill for Ukko, and the man will get his rampage as well. Nothing they can do as an E-Blade fires on past, but Ukko shrugs it off. A rampage and a well-deserved victory for the boys on iG.Vitality.
Yeah, just another game where the lanes go really, really well for them, but this time around they didn't have the pressure of having to connect with duel.